If you're starting a clothing brand, it can be a lot of fun. You can make a lot of money, get clout, become this big success story, but you can also make major mistakes that cause some pretty serious problems, not just in your business, but in your life, like wasting a ton of your money, wasting a ton of your time, and even getting yourself into some pretty serious legal trouble. So in this video that you took a chance on, I know you could be watching any other video online right now, and I respect your time. I'm gonna share with you the things that you should never do under any circumstances starting a clothing brand from somebody who's been in this space for over 10 years. I've done over $1 million in sales for my own brands, and I've worked with over 500 clothing brands one-on-one. The first thing that you should never do, and this is a big one, is start working on your clothing brand without doing any research into trademarks and what already exists in the market. There are thousands of brands that already exist, and it's highly likely that whatever your brand idea is, somebody's thought of it roughly before, had some similar idea to it, and a lot of names have already been used and taken. And what I don't want you to do is spend all this time, all this money designing your brand, investing in inventory, building a website, and like literally spend 3 months, 6 months, a year working on this brand, and then you go to launch and you realize that somebody's already done this before, somebody's already used this name before. So I'm gonna show you really quickly how to do a trademark search and how to research this quickly so that you know that absolutely no one is doing what you're trying to do. The best way to make sure so that you can sleep like a baby is to do a trademark search. I put links in the description to the US trademark search and the Canada trademark search so that you can literally put your brand in there right now and find out if it's already in use or if it's already been trademarked before. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. When I type in my first brand name, K-Bud, you'll see that 2 different trademarks come up. There's one that says K-Bud registered. That means that it's currently active. If you type in the name of your brand and it comes up with a trademark that says registered, you need to move on and you need to find a different name because it's already taken. But if a trademark pops up with your name, you're not necessarily in trouble, because if it says abandoned beside it, this means that the company just sort of let it go, they didn't keep up with it, and you're likely okay to use it. That was a Canadian database search for my very Canadian clothing brand, K-Bud. But for my second brand, Therapy Wear, we trademarked it in the United States, and this is what it looks like when we search in that brand name. It pops up and shows the trademark. So if you're coming up with a brand name, do this before you do any other work. Do this search. Also do some quick research on Google, make sure that the domain's available, make sure that everything's available. Otherwise, you're gonna waste so much time developing all these designs and things, and it's already gonna have been taken. The second thing that you should never do when you start up a brand is order a lot of inventory without any proof of sales and relying on your friends as validation for your products. See, a lot of clothing brands get really cocky and they develop this huge belief in their brand idea, and so they just go all in. But they do this not having any proof of sales and not having it backed by the data. Your friends will likely tell you this is dope, you know, I'd support this, I'd buy it 100%. But your friends will lie to you just to make you feel good. They're very biased and you can't rely on their opinions. I know that that might break a lot of people's brains to think about, but it's the truth. The only real validation for your products is when strangers buy from you. This means that you actually have legitimate potential and people are seeing the value in your brand without knowing you personally. Okay, because what I don't want you to do is spend all of this money on inventory, and what happens is you pigeonhole yourself. You do not know how it's gonna go when you launch. And so a lot of brands do this. They've got like $4,000 to invest, they put it all into inventory because they assume that it's just gonna fly off the shelves. And what usually happens is because you don't have any experience yet with this brand, maybe 1 of 4 products really moves for you and sells really well, but the other products just kind of sit on the shelves, and now you're pigeonholed. Now you have no flexibility. You can't release new designs because all of your budget is tied up in that current inventory. So always start with the minimum order quantity from a manufacturer. Just start with 25 tees, 50 tees, 50 hoodies. Try and sell through them. If you sell through them, best case scenario, you look sold out on your site. Now that creates scarcity, it creates demand. It looks like your products are wanted and desired. Then you can just invest in more inventory and do another drop. Grow it from there and invest in more and more slowly over time. This keeps you flexible, keeps your brand growing healthy, and you're gonna actually come out with products that people want to buy. Another thing that you should never do that is huge, I see so many brands do this, is procrastinate launching too long. They wait too long to launch. They take a year, 2, 3 years developing their brand behind the scenes, trying to perfect it. They're just perfectionists, and they think that when they launch, that because they've spent so much time working on their brand, perfecting it, it's just gonna take off because the product's gonna speak for itself, the website's gonna be perfect. And what you don't realize is that you're missing a ton of little details by not getting feedback earlier. When you launch your brand, this is when 99% of the work starts, believe it or not. And it's hard to really imagine that before you've launched, but when you launch, then you need to get into marketing. Then you need to understand the product market fit and really vibe what's working, and you can only do that when you've gotten feedback from the market. I say this very humbly as somebody who, on my first business in my early 20s, spent 2-3 years working on this website, and I was gonna make it absolutely perfect, and when I launched, it was just gonna take off and take the world over. And I learned the lesson the hard way. I spent like 10 grand trying to build that website. It was all the money I made that summer that I put into it, and then 2-3 years later I launched. It did okay for like a week, and then it just sort of slowly trickled, and I realized that that's when all the work takes place. So with my first clothing brand that I started, we came up with the idea in March and we launched in May. It literally took us like 2 months to launch that brand. We came up with the idea, popped up a website, came up with some designs, and started selling. Then we started learning who our brand was for, the product market fit, which designs to cancel, which designs to keep, what's working with marketing. This might be the most nuanced and hardest to learn entrepreneurial lesson, because all of us have egos as human beings when we first start. And we don't like the idea of just getting it out there, getting feedback, and literally learning what people want. Instead, we like to think we can come up with all of that on our own without actually, getting feedback and seeing what's working and all that stuff. And so we need to drop that, start getting feedback. Honestly, just like put stuff out there, see how people respond, and if they don't like it, kill it and come up with something new. The next thing that you should never do, this comes from deep trauma and hearing horror stories over and over again, is working with a sketchy manufacturer. Holy f***. When we first started, we worked with this manufacturer out of Toronto, and they just wouldn't answer our emails, wouldn't answer our calls. They told us that the run would take like 3 weeks. It ended up taking 3 months. They ended up printing things wrong. Okay, we dropped them so fast, and we're so fortunate to have done that because we ended up finding an amazing manufacturer in Toronto called Astro Screen Printing that we worked with for like 7 or 8 years. Shout out them. If you're in that area. But in the Apparel Success Mastermind, by the way, there's a link in the description below if you want to join that, there's horror stories that have come up of people who have worked with manufacturers that said they were going to charge them a certain amount and then ended up charging them way more. So if you get any like inkling that a manufacturer is sketch, gonna be like bad communication, just fuck up your order really bad and just ruin it, don't work with them. Just move on. And I know it's annoying going back to the drawing board and looking for a new manufacturer again, but it'll save you so much time on the back end. So just don't do it. Now I've got 4 more things that you should never do when you start up a clothing brand coming up in a second. But first I want to let you know that this channel here is sponsored by my buds over at design.com. You're running a clothing brand over there, you likely need designs. Pop open a new tab, go to design.com/Rob88. Just type in whatever sick idea you have for your clothing brand, hit enter. Thousands of designs are gonna pop up. You don't have to like them all, but maybe you like one. You can click on it, you can completely refine it using their AI prompt tool. Then after you make the design, you get templates for everything. Instagram stories, TikTok videos, flyers, thank you cards, whatever you need. This is free to try at design.com/Rob88. And if you like what you make, you'll get up to 88% off at checkout. All right, the next thing that you should never do is hire anybody before at least trying it yourself. Okay, whatever it is that you need help with on your brand, whether it's building a website, doing marketing, a lot of brand owners, they'll start up and they'll just immediately hire a marketing agency. They've never even tried to make content, make posts, or just figure it out in-house. This also strangely happens with websites. People overestimate how hard it is to make a website right now, and it's actually way easier than most brand owners think. And the reason I say don't hire anyone before at least trying it yourself is because a lot of brand owners will hire these things out, and then they'll realize later that it would have been nice to have built a little bit of a skill set in it. Like let's say you're running a sale for your brand. If every time you don't know how to go on your website and change it into running a sale, you have to hire somebody every single time to do that, it's gonna be really annoying. Or like you wanna change a header, or marketing your brand, you don't even know how to make a post on Instagram or on TikTok or something. It's important to at least have the base level skills of these things, even Facebook ads and TikTok ads. Because if you end up hiring a marketing agency, you need to at least know what they're doing inside so that you can assess if they're doing a good job or not. Like if you hire a marketing agency and you've never run a Facebook ad or a TikTok ad, how do you know if what they're doing is even right? Like how do you know if they're structuring the campaigns well, or if they're creating good ads? I think that you should at least try doing this yourself for 10 hours and get the bare bones of it so that when you do go to hire out those things, you can know and supervise them properly. Now, the next thing that you should never do, and I'm about to reveal to you a really big secret in what makes any clothing brand work that I really believe maybe only 1 or 2% of brands really truly understand, is expect organic growth without volume. The early stages of your brand when you're first starting require high volume and experimentation. But what so many brands do is they post a couple times a week and they expect it to grow. It's just not enough. That's the cold hard truth and the reality of it. If you want to grow your brand from the beginning, you need to light a fire. It's like starting a fire from scratch. Think about this metaphor. To start a fire, you rub two sticks together very consistently for a very long amount of time, very hard, working very hard. But once you get that first spark and it starts to grow, then you can just throw leaves on it, throw other logs on it, and it grows very, very easily after that point. And so at the beginning of your journey, don't just expect growth with a low volume of posts and a low effort. This is a crucial point I'm about to make for the success of your clothing brand. Most clothing brands give up a little bit too early and while their posts aren't performing. And maybe they've been trying for 3 months and they've been consistent and then they go, well, this just isn't working, I need to stop. But they don't realize that if they just kept doing that consistently again for another 3 months, they'd grow. And maybe that's when they'd unlock those results. It's like being in the gym for a month, you've worked really hard, you've done everything right, but it's just not enough time to actually see those results in your body. It takes 3 months, 6 months, a year to really see it compound. And too many brands just give up way too early. Never expect to grow without volume, and never give up too early before the results would realistically take place. Another thing that you should never do is cheat your followers' growth by buying followers or like joining engagement groups. Okay, this will up your algorithm forever because every time that you post from here on out, not your audience, your real audience is going to be engaging with it. You're not going to be actually getting in front of the right people. The way that the algorithms work now is it gets shown to people who are genuinely watching your video and like your content, and you want your real target audience to be watching your content, not fake followers or some engagement group engaging on it. It's just gonna mess with the algorithm. It's gonna completely screw up your long-term growth. So just don't do it. Grow your account the right way by actually making content that people genuinely find valuable. Now I'm about to share with you the last thing that you should never do when you start up a clothing brand. And arguably it's the most important thing. If you've gotten value out of this video at this point, please hit the like button. That's all I'm asking for. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I read every single one. I want to be more a part of this community and engaged in it. And I thank you for watching genuinely from my heart. But the last thing that you should never do is build a brand without a clear identity. If your brand doesn't signal who it's for instantly, nobody cares. Okay? Your brand needs to instantly signal this is streetwear. This is something that's tied to being Canadian. This is something that's for somebody who has back pain and neck pain. Whatever your product is, it needs to immediately signal who it's for. Otherwise, nobody cares, everybody gets confused, and they move on. Don't do what 98% of new brands do, which is come out with random designs with no clear audience where they're trying to appeal to everyone. Instead, have that focused, clear identity and niche that you're targeting, that you can dominate for your brand, where when you put your clothing in front of them, they're like drooling. They're like, I just like need to buy this right now. They go to your site and they buy. That's the reaction that you need, and you'll only get that if your brand is built for somebody really, really deeply. Now, if you want to be a part of the chillest group of clothing brand owners in the world, where we share strategies of what's working, we hop on a call, we hang out, you can ask questions while you're going through your brand, get support. There's no pressure to join, but there's a link in the description. If you're interested, it's super low cost, only $25 a month. You can cancel anytime. So consider joining, and otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.